Are you sick of the tyranny? Would you like to create a summer of freedom? That's what I'm going to talk about right now, my friends. 5 steps to creating your summer of freedom. And I'm doing this because I did this speech recently and I forgot to hit the record button. So we're going to do a quick summary version. 5 steps to create a free summer for yourself. Unless you want to have a lockdown and tyranny and total destroyed summer like last year. Well, that didn't happen to some of us out here in the Santa Cruz, San Jose, Northern California areas. My friends, this is David James Rodriguez. Happy to be with you all today because freedom is the issue of our lifetime. And I want to share with you why it would be wise to create a summer of freedom. And that is, if we don't exercise freedom, my friends, it is over. In case you haven't realized it, humanity is a great worldwide self-ownership awakening happening, a conscious evolution of human relationships. Very exciting, my friends. Either you're on team peace or you're on team coercion. Your uniforms, your titles, your tin badges, and none of that stuff matters, my friends. What matters is how do you behave? Do you conduct yourself in a peaceful way, or do you believe in coercion, intimidation, and threats? That's the real question that we're talking about now. And so also I want to recognize the Santa Cruz Voluntarios for some of the things that we've done. Last summer was we opened up the beaches, and the health officer literally said, we were hoping to continue the beach closure, but the people are not willing to be governed anymore. That's on video. I'll put that in the comments here, description, if you want to see the video of the health officer saying that, because the real power is with who? The people. That is correct. The people are here. Government's here. We created the government. These government officials swore oaths to uphold and protect your rights. And so now we see the tyranny in broad daylight. The emperor has no clothes. It's time to call it out for what it is. And out of the last 15 months, we've had 55 Saturday bonfires in a row, 44 weeks of free hugs, 18 weeks of self-love Sunday, and it seems that we will continue because we are raising our vibrations, raising the frequency to the world that we want to live in. We're not going to placate and bow down and ask permission from the politicians, my friends. We're all equal. Nobody has authority over you or me, including politicians. We're all equal. In fact, those guys swore an oath. So they're actually under alleged jurisdiction, if you believe in the legitimacy of government, under their oath and have duties and obligations. So if you want to have a summer of freedom, stay tuned because I'm going to go through those 5 steps right now. Number 1, my friends, step 1 is exercise your courage. You already have courage. You've already been courageous in your life. And it's like a muscle. You have to exercise it before it grows. And so you are being invited to exercise your courage this summer. The sun is out. The vibrations are good. Fruits are bearing. Humanity is awakening. Will you exercise your courage? Because that is the first quality of a leader, of a champion, of a human being, of a free man or woman. Very exciting quality that I invite you to consider. And it reminds me of the story of the military general who took his fleet on a boat expedition. They were sailing in their boats to a new land. And they got to the new land, and the odds were against them. They were outnumbered. So he had all the soldiers get off the boat, bring all the weapons off the boat onto the shore, and he commanded the ships to be burned. He said, burn the boats. And now the boats are burning up. And he says, men, you see the boats going up in flames right now. So either we win or we die. They won. My friends, burn the boats and move forward towards freedom. Stop trying to negotiate with tyranny and thugs and bullies and people who intimidate you. Call it out, my friends. Exercise that muscle of courage. Number 2, gather the people. No matter what the politicians say, you're free to assemble. And that was supposed to be a protected right from the Bill of Rights, but now we're realizing all positive voluntary associations are allowed. Consensual and voluntary, my friends. That is the number one thing. And I don't have all the answers. I don't pretend to have all the answers. And I know you don't either, because we are humble men and women on the earth trying to learn about what's happening here. And one thing I do know is that when you bring good people together, good things happen. And that's what we've got to experience this last 15 months. In fact, the last 6 years. You know, some of the organizations that I've learned from and contributed with, you know, Anarchapulco, love those folks, Anarcha Vegas, Anarchadelphia, Anarcha Zona, voluntary, what? Everything, voluntary world. That's what we're building here. And we got to have authentic conversations. So when you gather the people, you can speak freely and allow freedom of speech and talk and get together with the people that have open minds, you know, and this is related to the industrialist back in the Chicago fires. He had a great business and the fires destroyed his business and surrounded his buildings was just rubble and just destruction. And people were asking, what are you going to do now? He says, give me my people back and I'll have everything back in 3 years. Because it's people that are the real gift and benefit to building a voluntary world. So gather the people. Number 3, for creating a summer of freedom, love yourself. Okay? The war isn't out there. Here's the war. Here's the war. It's inside of us. So as I send love to myself and you send love to yourself, we actually have more capacity to love other people, because that's where the love is inside of us. And remember, trauma has been experienced by all of us. We've all been traumatized by the schools, religions, parents, you know, well-meaning and intending to some degree or another, you know, different intensities of trauma. But it's time to release all that is not ourself. Release it. If you haven't seen the new film by Gabor Mate called The Wisdom of Trauma, highly recommend it. Take a look at that. And what does it mean to love yourself? It means that you make yourself a priority. Your emotions, your health, your goals, your dreams, your emotions. You are significant, friend. And so am I. And so we're starting to realize that. Instead of trying to take care of everybody, take care of this guy or gal for you. Number 4, do something exciting this summer. Dream a little. Swing for the fences. This is all we have is this moment right now, my friends. Enjoy it with me. We're just starting summer. You got 3 months of sun and fun and positivity and hope. Put it towards something that excites you. See a big goal and then keep it simple. And as you pursue your path, you're allowed to laugh at yourself. Don't take yourself so serious. Right? We learn in school, it's so serious, it's so scary. Dude, being a human being is a gift. Breathe in that good oxygen. Feel the joy of that energy, that vital power inside your lungs and inside your bloodstream now as that oxygen is. Because we're building community, my friends. This is worldwide. I've seen it with my own eyes. In Acapulco, in Arizona, in New Hampshire, in Florida, in Northern California. Southern California too. It's happening now. Understand, you're a visionary. If you know you own yourself, and you know you can do whatever you want as long as you don't harm somebody or their property. This includes upholding your contracts and not breaching the peace or trespassing on others. You're the innovator. You're the creator. Time to get loud, my friends. And if you haven't seen the story of the man who planted trees on YouTube, watch it. Very powerful man. Very quiet man. He had a tragedy in his life. He lost his wife and his son. in France in the early 1900s, according to the story. And so what did he do? He planted 100 acorns a day for over 20 years. And he turned this barren hillside, mountainside, into a forest and changed the community, changed the energy, and increased joy and happiness for all who came over there. Very exciting story. Take a look at that. Number 5, for creating a summer of freedom. Have fun, my friends. This is your life. Lighten up a little bit. Yes, the tyranny is open in broad daylight. Yes, the organized criminals have owned the money system and the education system and financial and communication system for decades and generations, and it's falling apart. Like an ice cream cone in the sun, it is melting. Understand where we are in human history and take claim of your rightful authority over yourself and your labor and your property. Free people don't ask permission to be free. We exercise it. And that's you and I. And that's all the 5 steps that we have. Exercise your freedom. Gather the people. Love yourself. Do something exciting and have fun, my friend. This is the year. This is the summer to express all that you are. Albert Camus said, the only way to be free in an unfree world is that your very existence must be an act of rebellion. And I would say an act of transcendence, an act of transformation, transmutation. We're on the right side of history, my friend. Thank you for joining me on this quick session of 5 steps building a summer of freedom. This is David James Rodriguez here. And if I can be of service, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you at the beach. I'll see you at the free hugs. I'll see you at all the events going on this summer and fall as we get your kids out of the school system. The Gatto Project is poised to launch. It's GATTO project.com. And we got to get the kids out of the school system because they're getting brutalized, they're being mind controlled by all this race theory. There's one race, the human race. All the sex curriculum, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds don't need to learn this stuff. In fact, the entire state school system is a day prison for children. And it's time to talk about it. So take a look at John Taylor Gatto and some of the great work that he's done. And also the Tuttle twins and Connor Boyack and Corey DeAngelis and a lot of great people out there starting to speak truth about the school system. This is where the enslavement begins, my friends. You are not a slave. You are a king, or you are a queen, or you are a god, or you are a goddess. You are some divine and sacred. It's time to start acting like it. Peace and love to you.